Hello everyone, and thank you for clicking on another one of my videos. I am Screen Scene Guru coming at you with a new video on this topic. We're going to be going over some of my favorite films of 2024. So without further ado, let's get started. I've got a bit of a list created right here in my notebook. Um, but just going off of the top of the list, I'm going to start with 10 and go down from there, just so you guys know. Um, Let me flip through to number 10. I've got on my list Crisis on Infinite Earths Part 1. Now, I watched this, I believe it was a month or two ago. It was a while back, and I do not believe I've uploaded a video on the channel yet for it. But keep an eye out because I'm probably going to be uploading a future video of that film. But it's an animated DC Project film, and I liked it very much. And I know it's part of a new trilogy of animated films that they've worked on over there at DC, but I have not gotten around to watching part 2 or 3. I've only seen part 1, but I very much enjoyed it. It was basically about the Flash, running back in time and changing events in the multiverse, which is very similar to other DC projects that we've gotten before in the past. They like to use the Flash a lot in their works, so it was cool to see that. Um, Moving on from number 10, we've got number 9, and I put down Late Night with the Devil. And just a little bit of information I wrote down as well. It made $15.5 million, which was a very big boom for the horror genre. And also just for the general films coming out this year, we got to see a lot of big budgeted films make a lot of money. We also got to see, unfortunately, a lot of flops. I'll probably make a follow-up video about that. But of course, this is the best of 2024. Of course, this is just my personal opinion. Don't take any of this to the bank. But moving on from number 9, which was Late Night with the Devil, I've got number 8, Wicked, which is currently still playing in theaters right now, so you guys can still see that. It's going to be available for VOD, I believe, sometime this week, if not the next second week of January. It's going to be available on VOD, so go out and check that out for those of you that haven't seen it. It has already racked up a $635 million globally, guys. So that's a very high amount of money for a musical film that a lot of people weren't sure if it would do well or not. Now, this is given that it comes from a Broadway play that has been known around the world and played for over 20 years. So a lot of people figured that this movie was going to make a lot of money. But for those that aren't into musicals, they weren't sure. This film seemed to have won them over. Moving on into my number 7 pick, I've got Beetlejuice, which made an astounding $451 million, which is amazing. That is, I think, the biggest um, box office gross for Tim Burton in his career. So he's probably going to go forward and make a third Beetlejuice film, which I know a lot of people are excited about. Um, Let me know down in the comments, guys, if you guys have checked out these movies, if you've heard of them and are excited about watching, or if you've already seen them. Let me know down in the comments below. But moving on from my list of, let's see, I just went over 7, which was Beetlejuice. Now moving on to 6. My number 6 pick for best film of 2024 would be Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. And this made $347.4 million. And another big winner. This was the newest installment to the Planet of the Apes. I want to call it saga because I'm not exactly sure if they are in fact doing a new trilogy or if this was just a one and done. I'd like to see more done with the characters. I'd like to see some of them return, but I'm not sure as of this moment if they're going to do any more films or if they want to just leave it as is. But the new Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I believe is now available on Hulu, go check it out. I really liked it. I thought it was great. Let's see. So we just did 6. So moving on into my top 5 picks. Number 5, I've got Godzilla versus Kong: New Empire. So this was a very interesting film. We got to see Godzilla and Kong team up once again. This is a sequel to the 2021 uh, Godzilla versus Kong. We got to see more Inner Earth. So for those of you that are um, big fans of the sci-fi world and fantasy genre, most of these picks were around that. But so yeah, number 5, Godzilla versus Kong, New Empire, made $571.8 million. So that was probably the biggest grossing monster movie on record, guys. And I know Godzilla's been around for 60 years. He's got 40 plus films in his repertoire, but even this was breaking records for Godzilla. So that was really cool to see. Um, Moving on to my number 4 pick, which would be Deadpool Wolverine, which came out earlier this year as well. This made $1.3 billion. So this was a Marvel released film. A lot of people were speculating about how much a Deadpool film could make after the first 2 films, and this by far made more. Given that a lot of people speculated that Wolverine was the cause behind it, and I for one, agree with them that Wolverine did, in fact, increase the box office of this film. But I also believe that if they'd done a Deadpool 3 without Wolverine, it would have still made money, just probably not in the $1 billion range. Moving on into uh, my top 3 picks. Okay, guys, we've got number 3 with Dune Part 2. And this was probably one of the best films I thought personally. Of the year. I was waiting for other things to come close to it, but Dune has been able to remain on the top echelon of films to be released in 2024. Um, Denis Villeneuve, um, with a $700 million worldwide. So this made quite a bit of money when it was released as well. Moving on to my number 2 pick of 2024, we've got Jason Statham's Beekeeper, which has made an astounding $150 million. I believe they are in the works of doing a sequel, but it might not be a direct sequel. I've heard rumor about them doing a building of the universe, sort of getting ready for Jason Statham to step back in. So we might be seeing something about the Beekeeper Order start. Seems like they want to build up to using Jason Statham again, but not maybe not right away. They might be turning this into sort of a John Wick universe, potentially for Universal, which is cool to see. They need to branch out further and do more stuff with their IP. I know we're all looking forward to the new Jurassic World film coming out next year. That's a good sign that they're using their projects, their properties well. Um, so moving on to my number 1 pick of 2024, guys, that would be Alien Romulus. And I know that's kind of controversial given that some people really like the film and some people don't. I'm a big advocate for this being a great film. I saw it in the theater and then I saw it at home with the family. I really liked the story of it. I thought that the lore went forward with this film. It was a big callback to all of the others, of course, but it also gave us something new that we hadn't seen. At least, well, we'd seen before, but we hadn't seen in that particular way. And they are, in fact, going forward with the story of Romulus with Rain, and I believe his name was not David, but Andy, Andy and Dave, Andy and Rain, which are survivors of Romulus, are going to continue on with their story, get a sequel film, which is really exciting to see because I was a big fan of Romulus. Um, and it made $350 million in the box office. So that was another outstanding record for them. Just full of big budgeted films this year in 2024. What did you guys think of my list? Are your guys' lists like mine, or are they very different? Let me know down below in the comments. Make sure to like the video, subscribe for future content. Make sure to follow my channel over on Instagram as well at Screen Scene Guru for future videos dropping later down the line. This is my best of 2024 review. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys thought. But until next time, have a good one, guys. Ciao.